Hi everyone, I welcome you all to this PMP success stories from Gantt Scholar. Today we have someone special to me, and I worked with this person very closely for almost 3 months, and he successfully passed the PMP exam. And we have him with us today to share his PMP exam preparation experience and how was the exam and so on. So let me introduce Umesh. Hi Umesh, thanks for joining.
Hi, Ahmad. Good evening.
Good
Thank you.
evening. I hope.
Thank you for interviewing me. I think it's a first time someone is interviewing, and it's a very surreal feeling for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never expected that I will get interviewed. So thank you for that. I should thank you.
Yeah, most welcome, and I should thank you for giving your time. Umesh, we'll start with your introduction. Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Thank you, Ahmad. My name is Umesh Narayanpure, and I have 14 years of experience in this corporate industry. Basically, I am an Ayurvedic doctor by profession, and then post Ayurveda, I worked for 3 years in hospitals, some of the reputed hospitals, maybe Ravi Kirloskar in Bangalore and Apollo hospitals in Goa. Post
Hmm.
that, when I was working with Apollo hospitals in Goa, that's when had uh, I had an opportunity to see what clinical trials are, and that gave me an interest into clinical trials, and that's why I did my masters in clinical research and shifted
Hmm.
my career aspirations from an Ayurvedic doctor to into a core pharmacovigilance or pharmaceutical industry. And
I see. Okay.
after doing my masters, I first joined with the Quintiles. It's a CRO in Bangalore as a drug safety associate, and from
Hmm.
then it's been 14 years now. I am into corporate or basically the pharmaceutical industry, working with some of the esteemed organizations. My last employer was Teva, where I was working as an uh, process or operational pharmacovigilance manager,
Hmm.
and I had been into people the manager role or into the more project management roles in the past 4 or 5 years. I've been involved into project management activities, and that's when I again got interest to know what project management is. When I was working with Asterlinks in a what do you call, basically it was a database migration project, and that's when I got interest into project management, and that is why here I am. I started my journey with because for PMP, I successfully completed my passed my PMP. To be honest, I passed my PMP on 25th of October 2024.
So thanks for the introduction. And one of the important reason why we conduct this one-on-one connect or interview is there are a lot of people preparing for the PMP exam, and they wish to know how this exam is and what strategies someone used to pass the exam. So I'm a trainer coach. Though I passed the exam, now people see me as a coach, right? So as a coach, I can give a lot of suggestions and preparation methods and so on. But when a person who prepared for this exam and cracked the exam, if they share their experience, that's highly valuable, and people who are preparing for this exam will be able to relate your suggestions, what you did to pass the exam very well. So, based on this, I want to ask you a couple of questions. The first one is, can you please share your PMP exam preparation strategy? Because this is crucial to pass the exam. If we don't use a right preparation strategy, obviously it's going to be very difficult for someone to pass this exam. So, can you please share more details about this?
Yeah. So my basic understanding or the journey of preparations should start from. I would suggest it's from my personal experience. What I would
Of
suggest
course.
is, so the
Hmm.
first thing you should do is find a right mentor, and then you can start your journey, because as you said, basically the PMI, they have shifted their process or the curriculum in a very different part. There has been a drastic shift, because what I was hearing from people who passed around 2020 or 2021, it was more only they had the PMI was concentrating only on the predictive methods. It was more,
Exactly.
yeah, they were only concentrating on all these 49 processes which are behind me. Apart from that, there was
Yeah.
nothing agile for that. But
Mm.
post 2023, they introduced the concept when they introduced the concept of agile, and that's when
Mm.
they divided the curriculum into predictive and agile. And
Mm.
that is why what happened was people were not really understand, because when I started my personal journey was when I started, I was also of the opinion, because whomever I spoke, they had passed PMI and all. They were like, you have to just by heart that PMBOK 49
Mm.
processes and you are done.
Mm.
But then Agile came into picture when I started, and the first foundation for first chapter when Ahmed you took, it was like when you started explaining Scrum. It was Saturday
Mm.
night, and I know when you
Yeah.
explained Scrum, and then you said learn about this in the tomorrow's class before like we can discuss it. So Sunday morning, I remember clearly it is 24th of August. I
Mm.
went into PMI and then I started looking into this. What is Scrum exactly?
Mm.
Was basics of Scrum. It's a very what do you call it? It's a small chapter. It's a small curriculum in this one PMI. So I went into that. Then I understood what is Scrum and who is Scrum Master, who is
Mm.
product owner, what is Sprint, what all those things, all those terminologies which I was never I
Mm.
never had exposure to, and
Mm.
that's how I understood what is Scrum, and that was very important for me to
Mm.
begin my agile journey.
Mm. Mm.
That is how you need to start. And after that, when I spoke, when I was like, I think I spoke to you on the next morning when I said, I am feeling, I don't remember, I don't know how to start. And then you suggested me to buy this book, if it's okay. You suggested
Yeah,
me
of
to
course. Of course.
Essentials
A
of
very
Scrum.
good book. We must
Yeah,
recommend this book to everyone.
yes.
Yes, yeah. If it's a
Essentials
good
of
book, we should recommend. Yeah.
definitely.
Essential Scrum by
So,
Guinness Rubin.
yeah. That they had I won't what do you call, again, I'm not giving any negative comments about this the agile practice guide. I won't give any negative comments, but the problem is if you see in this agile practice guide, only 80 first 85 pages it talks
Mm.
about the Scrum and all, and then
Mm.
rest goes to the XP, extreme programming, and all the
Mm.
aspects of agile, which is of no
Yeah.
use for us when you're
Yeah.
preparing for PMP.
Yeah.
So
For PMI
basically,
ACP, this could be very helpful, right?
yes,
Yeah. XP
yes,
and
yes.
Kanban. Okay. Yeah, please.
Yeah, but for PMP, this essential Scrum is very important. So
Yeah.
I took that book and I started learning it.
Mm.
That is about my agile practice. And when
Mm.
you start with predictive, it is a mess when you hold the book, because I know if you look into the last glossary section, you will have, if
Mm.
you for example, the first thing was product charter. When you
Mm.
go to
Mm.
product charter and in the glossary, they have given some random 50 pages, like you will find this information on all the pages, and if you
Mm.
check on all the pages, the definition is same.
Mm.
The definition is same. So
Mm.
people, when they start reading it, they feel they're confused.
Mm.
So then
Mm.
again I spoke to Ahmad. We had a discussion, and then what Ahmad suggested was, first start with the first three chapters. That is the
Mm.
foundation, and then the organizational structures, and then the role of project manager. The three chapters he told me to start reading that, and then we can go ahead with the next chapter, because that is the most important thing, where it is the basic foundation, where it gives you the clear understanding of what project management is, what are OPAs, what is environmental factors. Those things, those are the basics, or the pillars, or the founding pillars of project management, and different roles and responsibilities. That gave me the understanding. And
Mm.
because see, I understand people are scared about this 49 process, but that is it's like they have, it is not at all tough.
Mm.
People who had given the exams, or who had been doing it, they have scared everyone else, to be
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
Okay.
My understanding when I started reading it, my understanding was project management, or the 49 process, revolve around basically only three things. That is,
Mm.
one is 18 components. That
Mm.
is, 18 components are your the scope management, schedule management, or the cost management, risk management. Those are the 18 components. 32
Mm.
artigraphs. There are 32
Mm.
artigraphs, which are, if you see what are the artigraphs in that, those 32 artigraphs, and four baselines. That is
Yeah.
cost baseline, schedule baseline, scope baseline, and performance index. If you understand these concepts clearly, project
Mm.
management is very easy.
Very
Easy in
easy,
the sense,
especially the 49 processes from
yes,
predictive, right?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So,
Mm.
and there is it is the ITTOs are difficult, but you should all the ITTOs are not what do you call it? You don't have to buy all the ITTOs. It's like, as
Mm.
they said, first thing when usually when Ahmed starts his trainings, first thing what he tells is, don't memorize, try to understand.
Mm.
So that is the basics. So everyone, whoever wants to read, if I when I started, then I was, first thing I started by hearting only. I will, if I have to show you, I have like four books. You won't believe. These are the books. These are the 200 pages books I have written.
Okay.
There is a
Okay.
lot of information in this. If I have
Yeah.
to go,
Yeah.
if I have to see, I have written everything, because first thing I was like, I was reading, I was looking into the definitions. I was trying to read it. But then
mm,
one of the meetings when with the Ahmad, when I was having a chat, then he told me basically for PMI you need three things. That is basic understanding of the process,
mm,
then your situational, what do you call, awareness,
mm,
situational awareness or the decision making, and the
mm.
third is your thought process should be 360 degrees.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we need to have a 360-degree view. Yeah. Then
So
that's
that's
why
what
we need to learn about the process, people, and the business domain, right? We have three
business.
domains in the for the
Yes.
exam. Very good,
Yes.
very good.
Yeah.
So,
So this was my learning. So as I said, you have to divide, start with basics, and as I said,
mhm.
first you need a good mentor.
Yeah, a
Until
good
you have a
mentor is
teacher,
needed. Yeah,
yes,
a good mentor is needed. You have to use the right preparation materials, and
yes,
you have to have the right mindset.
right mindset.
And then, if someone is trying to scare you about this exam, don't fear, because
Don't fear, never, never,
yeah,
never.
don't fear. So it's very easy to master this 49 processes. And one more thing I want to mention is you have taken the notes, you have the process map on the wall. So these are the crucial things
Thanks.
people should do to pass exam. Now we see things like you just need to watch a course, online course in 1.5x speed, and then 2 weeks of preparation. These things won't help us to pass exam, right?
Yeah.
So the kind of preparation you did is the right way, and also you did it very diligently. I could see all the evidence in your room
Yes.
even still now. And also you passed this exam in 3 months, right, in total,
Yes.
not more
Yes.
than 3 months
10 weeks.
of preparation,
10 weeks.
including a
Yes.
training. So if we can spend 3 months of time, uh, you know, after work, like you spend two
Yes.
hours of time every day, you will be able to do this. All right. So that's something, everyone should learn and remember. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing that. Okay. No shortcuts. All right.
No
No
shortcuts. No
shortcuts.
shortcuts.
Enjoy the process,
Enjoy the
go through
process.
the process, and no shortcuts. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, now the next question is, can you share about your exam experience, like the type of questions you have seen? We have drag and drop type questions
Yes.
and multiple correct answer type questions. And you might also remember like most of the questions came from this particular area, for example, scheduling or risk management. Can you provide some details about these
Mm.
things, your exam experience?
Yes. So exam experience, I would say it's very difficult because the moment you
Hmm.
enter, it's like they do a lot of frisking and all. So it's like you have to show your identity proof, and then you have to show your system and all. It is very good,
You
but
did it online,
online.
right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
once, but the mindset, as you said, I what I suggest is until and unless someone is confident, they should
Hmm.
not attend the exam
Hmm.
until and unless, because the moment you know your practice, as I said, the preparation, when you do the preparation and all, it is like after doing the proper practice exams and all the
Mock
seedlings
tests,
what. Yes,
scoring. Yeah.
yes.
Mm,
So when we do that, then we will have an understanding that I had an confidence that okay, I will pass. So that is
mm,
the only thing, because there are two reasons. One is costing, it's very costly,
mm,
so you
mm.
cannot, it's like almost even if you're taking PMI membership and all, it's
Membership.
25, it is costly. And
Yeah.
second thing is, it is
35,000
like,
now. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
and the second thing is, see, I, as again, I remember in the first class you had told me, I, because to be very honest, it's nothing. But there are few words, Ahmad. I think I should thank you because you had told me, and that had fit in my mind. Because you had told me
mm,
one thing, that whenever you are doing anything, you first ask yourself, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for someone else? Because no one has
mm,
forced you to do this. So
mm.
the moment I think that okay, I'm doing it for myself, automatically that mindset comes, automatically that discipline comes, and
Ownership.
automatically, yeah, the
Mm,
ownership and that accountability comes into picture, and you start working on it.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
that's it. And then exam time, exam time is 180 questions and 230 minutes. So you
230
have
minutes.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, so you have to make sure that how do you, what do you call it, segregate. Because
Mm,
what I did was, my plan was, I won't, you won't believe, I have attempted almost 2,500 to 3,000 questions. One thing what I felt is, you should never feel disappointed with if the result goes against you. When I
mm,
started my first exams I attempted, I had scored only 50%, then
mm,
56, then 63, then
mm,
70. That's how
mm,
it is. So what in that also, what you should do is, don't at the beginning when you start preparing for the exam, don't look at the marks, look at the time, because you have to match to the speed, because 230 minutes you have to attempt 180 questions. So the beginning strategy should be in
Mm.
1 hour I should be doing 60 questions.
Yeah, exactly. Mm.
So because 230 minutes is somewhere around 3.3 hours 40 minutes, somewhere it will come.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
I do 60 questions in 1 hour, I used to spare 15 minutes for the review. I
Mm.
used to mark review and I used to go back 15 minutes for those review. If the questions were big and all, I never used to attempt that. I used to
Mm.
just mark for correction and I used to go. So that's
Mm.
how. And PMI is very smart. So at the beginning, they will start with some bigger questions, and slowly the frequency goes as
Mm.
a,
Size of the
the questions
questions will reduce. Very good. Very
reduce,
good.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So that is
Mm.
there. So the
Mm.
ideology, the plan should be like 60 questions 1 minute or 1 hour
Mm.
should be
So
the plan.
plus
So that
15 minutes review. So can we
15
say,
minutes per minute.
on an average, including answering the questions and review, we must
70
solve 15 questions in 20 minutes,
Yes.
right? 15 questions in 20
Yes.
minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the, so if you do this, this means you are solving each question in 74 seconds. And if
Yes.
you can keep up this pace, then you will be able to solve 180 questions in 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
very good, very important point. In the
Yes.
beginning of the exam, you see big questions. So don't spend a lot of time to solve
Yes.
those questions. Keep up the time, have enough time to solve the questions you're going to say see later, because they are, most of them are small in size, and if you have sufficient time you will be able to solve them, most of them,
Yes.
correctly, and this will help you to pass the exam. Yeah.
Definitely.
If you do not
Yeah.
have time for the later questions, because you spend so much of time to solve the big questions you saw in the beginning of the exam, then to solve those simple questions you won't have sufficient time, and
Yes.
eventually it's going to affect your exam result.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So this is very important information. And what
Yes.
else you noticed? Like the
Yeah.
types of questions, did you
Type of question,
got
it
drag and
depends.
drop type
Yes.
questions? Hmm?
Yes. So when I was doing, when during my exam, I got somewhere around 6 drag and drop questions. It's your
Hmm.
luck, and I will tell you, it's your luck. You never know what topic, but I will suggest, because what I have think, or why I have seen, or what I have heard from people who have passed is, most of the questions you will come from the
Conflict
conflict resolution.
management. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
conflict management is one area where you will expect some of the questions.
Hmm.
ITTOs, minimum 10 questions will be there, on 10 to 12 questions on ITTOs.
I did input tools, techniques,
Yes,
outputs. Yeah,
yes.
okay.
And
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
got most of the question during my examination. I got more questions from risk management.
Risk management. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
I
Many
had,
people told me this. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
And did you get more questions from stakeholder engagement and communication management?
yes, that is stakeholder engagement with in what you call, in line with conflict management and all.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Okay.
communications, stakeholder communications, where there were few questions I got. And
Yeah.
drag and drop, I said 3 questions, and multiple choice questions, because that
Hmm.
multiple choice question, that is one thing I got 3 questions there.
Multiple choice questions. Okay.
Yes,
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
scared, as you said, I was scared about earn value management. I got only one, and that was basically, that was like SPI and CP 01. What is it? That's all. It was like, I
That's all.
was very
Yeah.
happy. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that was that.
So math question, only one came, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
you faced only one math question,
One.
round about six drag and drop type questions, three
Yes.
multiple correct answer type questions,
Multiple. Yes.
and you got most of the questions from risk management,
Management,
following
conflict,
conflict management, stakeholder
stakeholder.
engagement, communication. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing a lot of insights about the exam, also about the time management. The last question. Would you recommend people to pursue PMP? And if so, what advice you would give to the PMP aspirants?
Definitely, I would recommend to people, because see, in India, if you see, I know, because when I was looking into what do you say, when it is like human tendency, I feel, when you
Hmm.
look at things, then automatically you start looking at this more often. Because
Hmm.
I never used to see people like passing, updating their PMI certificates and all. So when
Hmm.
I joined that community and all, I started following I started following all the professionals. Then people started updating their certificates. And one thing what I saw was, in India, there, I don't know, it's, I might not have come, but there is not much awareness. I don't know whether the Indian the companies or the organizations are not in line with the project management, or it is constricted only to software industry. But
mm,
when you look at what agile is now, it
mm,
is in where all it is getting used now in pharma
mm,
industry, in
mm,
teaching industry, everywhere in finance
mm,
industry and all. So
mm,
it
mm,
is a good opportunity. As
mm,
if I say it is as booming as AI in the current market, if
mm,
you are going to and
mm,
aspiring
mm,
project managers, I would suggest definitely take this because it will boost your knowledge. It will boost you. It will give you a wider picture of what exactly the pharma industries or the organizations do, how projects
mm,
are run. It is not
mm,
only just to pass, but you will get a good understanding because if you see most of the project managers, even in my organization, when I look at it, most of the project managers are from abroad. There are very
mm,
few people here in this. So this is an area where which needs to be what do you call looked upon. So I
mm,
would suggest definitely it's a very good opportunity if we start doing it. And
mm,
as you said that like only in millions there are like PMP certified professionals are there, and Agile
mm,
are ACP are much lesser than that.
mm,
But
mm.
this is a good learning, and to match up to this what do you call to the market, I will definitely suggest everyone go for this PMP certification.
Okay, okay, great. So PMP is also helping people to manage agile projects, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, great. So you are recommending PMP certification for people to develop their skills, project management skills, and also, you know, uh, PMP will help them to manage all sort of projects, including
All sort of
predictive.
yes, yes,
Okay, okay, very good. Thank you. And even in medical domain and finance domain,
yes,
we must now use Agile to do projects. Yeah, so
yes.
good, good. Thank you for sharing that info and advice. And would you recommend Gantt Scholar for
I
anyone
would
taking
definitely,
PMP?
I would
Definitely.
definitely, I would definitely because as I said, I am very thankful to you. Even during our first meeting, I think 20th August, I started my classes with this PMP certification of, and I think
Mm-hmm.
21st morning I had given you a call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know the moment, as I said, you need to find a right mentor. With the
Mm-hmm.
first session only, I could see that the enthusiasm you had, or the just to teach people. It's like as you said, uh, you had that spark to, as I said, spread awareness about PMP.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I liked, and the most important thing is I even now in this interview, if you can, if most of the people who are sees looks at it, they will see the uh, crispiness or what do you say the decency in the tone of voice or how to maintain that pitch and all that is love that needs to learn. I
Thank you.
need to
Thank you
learn
so
from
much.
you.
It means
Yeah,
a lot.
that's when I thought, okay, I need to, because a person when he works, a person if he is self-aware, then
Mm.
he make sure that he can be a good guide. So that is why
Okay.
I definitely recommend if Grant Scholar to everyone. I had been there because, as you said, I had done my PMP certificate, but again I joined because I wanted to learn more and I wanted to learn in detail. And
Mm-hmm.
I think in India, I don't know, I won't compare it to best or not, but when I look at it, whatever I have seen, Grant Scholar is the best one. So I would
Thank you
suggest
so much. It
everyone.
means a lot. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. And I even see most of the times when the training is over, and after that, the coach and the learners don't collaborate. Now
collaborate.
everything between you and I, or the official things are done, right? You
Yes,
took that training, you passed the
yes,
exam, but you don't have any obligation to give this interview. Even big companies, they training companies, they literally ask their learners
yes,
to give the interview to for social validation. Okay,
yes,
but when I ask even other learners, you guys are always there to support me, so I must thank you for that. So you did this without any vested benefit. And
definitely.
certainly, my company is a very small company, and people like you are helping me to grow my business. Actually, you guys are helping me to develop my business, and I'm thankful to you all, especially
It
to
is
you for
it is give and
for
take
giving this
because
interview.
definitely it is give and take because you made me PMP certified, and
Thank you.
as
Welcome.
part of Guru Dakshina, as I think I had told you that day only, I want you to be a Krishna to the Arjun. So you had been that to me, and now it was payback time for me. And definitely, I would always be very indebted to you because I had told even on the platform as well. It was not a mentor or a teacher student, and it was more like a friendship. It was. it is like you had been always there for me. And even I used to, I have, if I show, if I put it our chat history, there are times when 2:30, 3 o'clock I have texted you and you have replied that time. So that
Yeah.
was there. So it is nothing. It is, I should be very thankful to you. And because of whatever I am, like I did my PMP, I could pass, and that was because of you, and your guidance. And I am thankful
So
for that.
thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed. And you did all these things because of your hard work and dedication. And I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors,
Thank you. Thank you.
Umesh. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so guys, I hope you all liked this discussion and found a lot of useful information about the PMP exam preparation and exam strategy. Umesh has shared a lot of information. If you have any comments or ideas or any suggestions, please let us know in the comments. Also, if you wish to, say something, let us know in the comment. And if you're preparing for the exam, we both wish you a very success.
Successful.
Okay. So nice, Umesh. If you're fine, we can close this discussion. All good.
Thank you. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you.
good day.
Bye bye.